Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to Honeybee Farmstead. I'm Mel, and I'm going to make a video today that's not like my normal videos, but has been requested time and time again by lots of you viewers. So it's what's in my medical cabinet for all of the animals on the farm, particularly cows. So I'm going to go over like what I use for all the animals on the farm, but more specifically cows. So yeah, hope you enjoy this one. She thinks you're her baby too. Before we go all the way out to the milking stall, there are certain medications that need refrigeration. These are usually prescription medications like antibiotics and things like that. Mastitis relief things as well. I have milking cows, so making sure their udders stay nice is very, very important to me. So this milk fridge is where we store all of our milk. This one here. So I like to keep all that in the door. I'm going to open it and show you now. All right, in here we have Mastalon, just in case. We don't always need it, but it's good to have. I like to have it on hand, just in case of any sort of signs of mastitis. If you're starting to get mastitis happen and you don't have it on hand, you don't know when you're going to be able to get it. So yeah, I like to have it on hand. This one here is called Estramate. This one's in here because we breed cows, and so quite often there's young heifers around, and we have a bull. If some sort of misadventure should happen where the bull happens to get with one of our young heifers, we want to be able to give a shot of that and take care of any potential pregnancy that might happen. Yeah, these are all just medications that are being specific to that cough and different things that we had experienced recently. This one here is non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory, non-narcotic, analgesic, etc. They all do have withholding periods, so be mindful of that. Actually, I'm going to put that one back in there. Oxytet is antibiotics. Flumav's the same as these ones over here, and then we've got more antibiotics. So that's it for the refrigerated ones. Now you probably wouldn't need all of that in your medical cabinet, but because I don't just have the one house cow and the one calf with that house cow, and I am breeding them, I like to have everything on hand and hope to never have to use it. So we are, you know, your situation may be very different to ours. We are quite a distance from town where there's a good vet, and even here, unfortunately, we don't have a good large animal vet. So our vet is a good sort of 45 minutes drive away, and yeah, so we have it on hand so that I don't have to go through all that. You know, when you've got a sick animal, trying to work out getting to a vet and hoping that they're free and all that sort of stuff is not always possible. So if we can prevent that issue, then that's even better. We'll check out my milking room. It's had a big clean. Can you see that? We did a massive clean today, Grace and I, and organised everything. Now we've got here, this is not medical related, but it's medicated shampoo for dogs and horses. It helps with, we don't have ticks here, but it helps with things like ticks and stuff like that. That's for chooks and all those sorts of animals. But this is my medicine cabinet. These, you can buy these from most hardware, and it's lockable. This is a little bit, kids have messed around with it, so it's not in great nick at the moment. But yeah, let's go through it. So We will start with the cows, and then I'll move to other things. So this one here is for coccidiosis, the Coxi-Pro it's called. We really don't have that issue here unless we purchase a calf or something from down south where they have coccidiosis quite heavily down there because it's wet a lot of the times of the year. You've seen me use this bad boy a lot of times. This is trisulfan. It's anesthetic, antiseptic solution for pain relief in lambs and calves. And it is brilliant for pretty much anything where there's pain, bleeding, sores, issues like that. I have a full bottle of this in here. It's called Scourban. This is the medicated one for when they've got scours. And it can be used on horses, cats and dogs as well, but we've had it and the only time they ever get scours is when we get a new calf from the dairy or a foster calf. Never happens here with our own calves, and it's generally, in my opinion, caused by the fact that the calf doesn't get the colostrum feed or the right amount of colostrum when they're a baby, which sets their gut up for good health and stuff like that. So we have that on hand because they quite often scour when they are brought into the property. But yeah, we've not ever dealt with scours here from our own animals. It's only the ones that have been brought in. Then we have got Cetrogen antibacterial wound spray. This is the one that's recommended by like vets and our AI techs, but it's an antibacterial and insect repellent spray. It's the purple one, but it does say here meat, milk and eggs, 0 withholding. But yeah, a friend of mine was telling me that she'd really looked into it, and it says that they really hadn't done tests on milk. So yeah, don't know. I'm trying to use more natural things anyway, so you'll see things like this. This is called Owie Spray by doTERRA. It's natural essential oils. I use it on my kids and myself as well. And it's frankincense, on guard, tea tree, lavender, things like that. And we've been using that for all kinds of things. So before we had the horns removed off the cows, they'd nick each other with their horns, and we'd quite often put a little bit of Owie Spray on. That one's for sheep. So we've got in here Cattle Max, which is just ivermectin. And then we've got here ketol. So this is in case they get ketosis, which is an issue that they can every now and again get after they've calved. If they don't have the right mineral balance and things like that, they get a thing called ketosis. We haven't had to deal with that yet, but it's here just in case we should ever need to. That's Oral Drench. We have got Vitrate. This is also a scour treatment, and it helps keep them hydrated. You can use it on all of these animals below here. I've only ever used it on calves, and again, it's only ever been calves that we've purchased from a dairy. We've got all these other medical supplies, this sort of thing in case we ever need to do a bloat jab where you sort of stab into their rumen and release the air. Q-Drench, that's for sheep, it's not for cows anyway. We've got vitamin E. So vitamin E is important for all animals, especially during summer when there's no green around. So every now and again, I'll put some of this in the cow's feed. We also have another vitamin E that's in liquid form that we use for sheep and cows. Those are in there for wound dressings, not because of cows getting their monthlies. Go back up here. Another really important one that I talk about a lot is Coforta. So you can see what's in there, B12 and phosphorus. This one here, if you've got your animal, your cow is not doing very well, is a little bit flat, sort of a bit lethargic, and you can't really put your finger on what it is, giving them in 10 mil, is it 10 mil or 20 mil? I think it's 10 mil. Yeah, 10 mil injection of Coforta can stimulate them into wanting to eat, and then they usually crack on and it's all good. Gives them that little bit of energy. Got some glucose powder back here. What have we got? We've also got saline solution, as well as Minbow. Where's the Minbow? This is I don't know if this is sodium. Yeah, so Minbow is one that balances their minerals if they should ever have issues as well with calving. Where is it? There's the Minbow. So that other one's just saline fluids, but this one's Minbow 4-in-1, so balanced minerals, and you give that to them if they're struggling after birth and you know that they've got some issues there. Then we've got things like salves and things like that when they get nicks and grazes and whatever. Antiseptic. What else? We've got lots of antiseptics and things like that. Then we have some Anatone, Wellness and Vitality. This is all natural and a really good mineral, like multi-use minerals and things like that. This is our new spare udder balm. I've got one already over there that I've been using when I milk, and this has got all natural ingredients in it. We've got poultry and pig wormer gloves. We've got syringes in case of injections, digital thermometer. What else have we got in here? Right, so we have a surgery kit. This is what I use when I'm desexing my pigs, so not really for the cows. Lots of wound dressings and things. Malaban wash. And then what else have we got in here? We've got things like that rope, calf pulling rope. So if any calf should get stuck inside, we can actually use this to pull the calf. We've never had to do that, so thankfully. Then all here we've got diatomaceous earth, we've got seaweed, meal, and all those sorts of things. All our natural healing sort of health kit. What else have we got here? That's a big syringe. We have got a tube feeder in case we ever need. I don't know whether you guys remember or not, but if you go back through some of my videos, you'll see we did get some foster calves once that were really crook when they got here. So they wouldn't take a bottle and things like that. If you wanted to get fluids down into them, this tube feeder, we got it after it all happened, but the tube goes down their throat and straight to their stomach, and you can feed them that way. So we now have that just in case that should ever happen to us again. My motto is it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So we've got our bander, so that can be used on larger bull sort of animals to put the ring on to castrate them, or I actually bought this to use it to put on the horns of all my cows and have them removed. And actually what I will do by the end of this video is I will give you an update on how that's all gone. And in here, that's about it. We do have antiseptic sprays and different things like that. Goat wormer. We have all the sheep wormers and chicken wormers and things, but in there we also have spare, chicken feeders, like if you have a look here, for when we're doing chicks. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. What have I got over here? Oh, iodine, that's the one thing. So at the moment, this is out, because if there's any sort of fungal infections or anything like that, it's really great. We have never really needed to use it other than when we did get a calf once that had ringworm really bad. So we used the buffered iodine and doTERRA tea tree and On Guard mix to treat the ringworm. Another thing we've been using here is this bad boy. I've talked about this before. It's called Correct-X. It's from doTERRA. It's amazing stuff. It's got frankincense, helichrysum, cedarwood, tea tree, and lavender, and it's in a really nice pasty sort of ointment. And what we've been using this for, as long as there's no calves going back on the mama cow, because we've got 2 cows in milk and 5 babies feeding from those 2 cows, they're getting a bit too old for that now. But we don't want to get any foster calves, so we have to kind of put up with that. When the calves are trying to feed, quite often if they're at their mums all the time, they're putting little sores on their teats, and rather than let them get really bad, that stuff there helps it heal really beautifully. And what's the other one here we've got? This is the udder balm. This is the one we're using. It's grotty. But if you haven't seen me do that recipe, I did make a video on it. Go back and check that out. Beautiful stuff. It's great for human use as well. It's really nourishing and really, really good for like cracked heels and elbows and all that sort of stuff. And the last thing that we've been using is castor oil. It's very, very gentle, but is magical. What we've actually done and what we've discovered is that the castor oil has helped us remove lumping that's happened in mastitis quarters of the udder. So the udder is a hole and it has 4 quarters. So the 4 teats up into the udder, they are called quarters. And so I have purchased cows that have had mastitis in the past. Like Bonnie, when we purchased her, she'd already had mastitis. And so she already had some like sort of hard sort of flesh inside of her udder. She's still great, and she still can be milked out of all 4 quarters and produces a ton of milk, and it's beautiful milk too. But we've been using castor oil to massage onto that area, and it's actually lessened the amount of mastitis there. So if we keep doing that, we actually believe we can fully heal the mastitis and get rid of all that lumping. So I'll let you know about that, how that goes, but that's a fairly new thing for us. But yeah, that's about it. I did, I've been meaning to make this one for ages because quite a few of you have asked, what we use in our medical kit and things like that. I didn't go too heavily into what each of them do, but that's what I think everyone should have in their medical kit, as well as, I just remembered, this is molasses, and that is apple cider vinegar. We like to use more natural remedies if we can, and when we can, over everything else. I only save the other things like antibiotics and that when absolutely necessary, and that I cannot treat whatever it is. I've already tried and it's not working. But apple cider vinegar is phenomenal for all things. And molasses we use mainly as a bit of a energy boosting tonic, and generally only straight after calving. So when a mama, either a cow or a goat, sometimes pigs, even if we had a sheep that had given birth to a lamb and wasn't doing too well and just needed that little bit of boost of energy, we will make molasses, apple cider vinegar, and sometimes a bit of vitamin E into some warm water and mix it up really well. And I think you might have seen on some of my previous videos, the cows smash it. You could do 20 litres of that and they drink the whole thing pretty much in one sip. I know when Clementine calved and had little snickerdoodle, we made her a 20-litre bucket, and it's like she knew what we were about to offer her because she's seen us give it to others in the past, and she couldn't wait to finally get hers. We put a 20-litre bucket in and she sucked the whole thing back, didn't even take a breath. So they really do love it, and it really helps their milk come in and then produce enough of it, helps them let it down for their calf and that sort of thing. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. A lot of information coming at you really quick, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys should have in the comments below. If you have any questions about any of the stuff I mentioned, let me know and I'll go into it a bit more sort of heavily in the comments below. But yeah, other than that, just a quick one from me today. We've been super busy on the farm. It's the season's just started to change, which is amazing. So we've been working on cleaning up everything and doing like a spring clean, but in autumn. We also started a podcast called Farmstead Family, and we've been sort of trying to get that up and running for you guys. That's a little bit, that's sort of definitely not for kids. There's a bit of swearing in it and that sort of thing, but it's, yeah, a bit more raw and real and, yeah, for adults only. Whereas this channel, we like to keep it very sort of informational and very light-hearted and a little bit fun, definitely with no swearing, because we know there's a lot of little fellas out there watching and we love it. So yeah, all right, as promised, I'm going to give you a dehorning update, because that's another thing that I was asked by one of our lovely viewers. So the girls have all come in. Looks like Summer's broken her halter. It was on its way out anyway, so that's fine. All right, here we go. Lola wasn't here, so it's these guys. Hi, guys. All right, so over there we have Mia, and Mia's very pregnant. Her little udder's starting to show. We took her horns off using the dehorning method with the bands. And Miss Summer, Sunbums, you've broken your halter, my love. You're going to bully her, aren't you? You mean. So Summer's mean to Lola. Hi, Summer. See the horn area on her head? Hello, darling. Oh, he's a pretty girl. Who's a pretty girl? You like the camera? Oh, Summer's going to live when she's pregnant, and we can give a positive pregnancy test. She's going to go live with some friends of ours. But you can see that the horns are cut off right near the head. Same goes here for Mia. You can see it's nice and neat and tidy. We never had really any issues either. She's broken her halter. Look at it. Sunbums, come here, darling. Come here, darling. Oh, he's a good girl. Here's big Jetty boy. Jetty was born without horns. We kept him as our bull. Who have we got over here? Clementine was disbutted as a baby.
Deirdre.
Come on, Deirdre.
Deirdre got debutted.
Deirdre got the bands.
Yes.
So we'll wait for her to come across. So Mia is going to live at a new home soon. She is the lowest on the pecking order here, and she gets quite heavily bullied. So yeah, we found her a lovely new home. Hello, Clementine.
Did you say Mia or Lola?
Oh, sorry, Lola, not Mia.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
where's
so
Deirdre? So Deirdre, we put the bands on as well. Come here, sweetie. Come here, sweet girl. So Deirdre had the bands as well. Hello, Mia. See, you can see that. Oh, don't hurt yourself on that. The horns came off beautifully. There literally was no blood. See this here? This little nick on the back of Clementine. That's from horns, isn't it, Grace?
Yeah, that one isn't.
So yeah, Deirdre we've dried off now, and she's getting ready to have her third baby. She's pregnant to Jetson. Bessie over there was disbutted as a calf, which if I can do that, that's what I prefer, because they don't even notice it. It does not bother them at all. I don't like the band. See, you see the shape of the head is different, Clem? Good girl. See, when she's disbutted as a baby, there's no solid bone that goes across there because the buds are gone. But whereas Deirdre had her horns removed when they were already established. Come here, my love. And you can see the shape of her head is very different. And that also goes for Mia. Hey, Mia. See the shape of her head? No, Clem, you've got to say hi to the camera too. Hey, Bessie. You pregnant yet? Bessie has a home to go to as well. A lovely new home. But we've got her in with Jetson to get mated, because she's the right age now. So yeah, there you have it. The horn update has been asked for a few times now, because I did do a video sort of explaining how we did it and all that sort of stuff. but didn't do very many follow-ups because I'd already done it once with Sadie. If you want to see those videos, I'll pop the tiles here so you know what you're looking for. And yeah, go back and check those out and see if that's maybe an option for you if you've purchased an older cow. I actually like it more than all of the other options. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with your friends if you think that they might enjoy it. Comment below definitely if you think there's also something I should add to my kit that I have not mentioned. Definitely give me a comment, I'd love that. And yeah, until the next video, take care of each other and bye for now.